I have mentioned several times how impressed I've been with Eufy and their technical support. And even though I'm having a problem, their fix was an entire new unit going through their technical support. So what I'm going to do is just take out the actual doorbell piece and leave everything else installed, because the only problem I am having appears to be with the camera. So what my plan is to simply go ahead and install the wires from the doorbell here, and using the pin on the bottom that they provide, I'll go ahead and take off the old one and snap in the new one and set it up. So I'll show you a bit on the app how I remove and replace the Eufy. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and use my phone on this camera instead of putting it on the computer screen. So let's see how we remove the existing one. And it looks pretty straightforward right here to start with. It says remove device, so let me tap that. Are you sure you want to remove? Yes. So no devices, so officially I guess it is removed. I have shut off the electricity so I can safely remove our Eufy doorbell. Okay, now I'm ready to remove the old doorbell. So this is the old doorbell. There's the black construction paper I was asked to put up to help with the light. So let's go ahead and remove this. To do it, I have this key, and I'm going to take this key, put it there, press it in, and take it off. So I did put this in the back, pressed it up and pushed, and sure enough, it's out. So here you go, here's the two wires. And if you remember, polarity doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and screw in the new one. There it is. So it's all installed. It is as tight as can be. And my greatest hope is I no longer need this construction paper that I'm going to take down. So here we go. So I have turned the electricity back on, and you can see there's a little yellow light there. I am now going to add a device. And I'm going to add a doorbell, a wired doorbell. So here's the QR code, one of them. It's on the back of the documentation. So I'm going to go ahead and scan it with my phone, and it's scanned. The next step is it wants me to do a voltage diagnosis. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start it now. And it says long press for 5 seconds. And I heard the ringtone. Allow 5 to 10 seconds. And I'm guessing that blue is important. All right, so it's beginning to rain. I don't know how long I'll do this, but we're going to head back. As you can see, the blink camera has already spotted me. I am now coming up to Eufy, and will I get a notification? I am up to it, and so far nothing at all. I got 0 with Eufy. Absolutely 0. I'm sorry to say this, but it looks like this will only work when I have all motion. This is a recording with the old camera, or the original camera, and this was actually a clear night, and you could see how hazy everything looks. Part of the suspicion of the trouble was right here, where you could see how bright that light is coming off of the camera at night vision. So as you watch the camera, I had to walk up, over, and back, and it was some time when I was over here before there was a notification. So definitely there was something that just didn't feel right. So you could see that this was about 1 week later than the last. There's no doubt how much sharper and clearer. There's still the light here. So the light actually wasn't the issue. And you could see that. You could see across the street here. You could see the light down there. And so let's take a look as I walk out. You could see my facial features. You could see my face actually. It's very sharp, and it worked really perfect. I mean, it confirms the problem was the actual camera, which looked as clear as could be during the day. And I'll show you a daylight of the old camera and the new camera, and you could see that the problem was clearly at night. Here is a late afternoon, and look at this. We got our notice that there was motion at the door, and we have a nice 34-second video of a dog that came to visit us. So again, it was able. I now have my area here, my activity area short of the street there, so you can see it didn't get the person, but it got the dog who was visiting the neighbor dog. All right, we have a very cold, icy day, and so what we're going to do is we're going to test on our app. We're going to test the doorbell notification. So this would be the first one. I'm just going to see if it gives me any notifications. As you can see, I'm kind of walking up here. There's the doorbell, and I'm only going to go this far, and I'm going to bend over, make believe I put down a package, took a picture, and let's walk away. So far, there's absolutely nothing, and unfortunately, there was no notification at all. So that did not work. So this time, we'll have to walk up to the door. This would be what I consider an issue still. So here I've kind of walked up the stairs, and I'm in front of the doorbell. I turn around and walk away, and there I got a notification. So there's one notification. And I'm going to go back again and just try to simulate package delivery. So you can't see the doorbell. It's to the left of that wreath on the door. So let's go back and check that out again. Here we go. It's very icy, so I'm being a bit careful. And so now I will, as you look at the doorbell, I am simulating laying down a package, picking up a camera, taking a picture, and walking away. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we'll have to figure out what to do. In the meantime, the blink camera, which consistently works, has popped up in our driveway to say that I was walking there. So now I'm going to walk up to our front door. And so here I come. And we'll see how that works. I'm up at the door. I did not ring the doorbell. I turned around and I walked away. And that, you may have heard that. So I'm going to try one last time. So motion of front doorbell. Let's try one more time. So here we go. I'm going to go, and I'm going to again try to get the doorbell to go off while I'm just not going all the way up this one step. It's just this one simple step here. And so let's do that, and we've done it all, and we'll walk away. It worked. So not great, and that would be my only downfall, my only negative so far is the actual notifications. Okay, let me try to summarize where I am on Eufy Doorbell. I'm going to keep it. At least the new version I just got, I'm going to keep it. It works. A couple things about it. The original one did not work from the beginning properly. Eufy support was great in helping me get to the bottom line of what was wrong with it, and I do appreciate their support. It was excellent. I have no complaints whatsoever about it. They shipped a new doorbell. I received it. It was an entire packet of a doorbell. I reinstalled it quickly, and here's where I am. Number one, a couple of it would be biggest issue. Notifications are just too long, too late in coming. The feedback is usually that the problem is a server, and therefore, since I have an Android phone, it must be the Google server. It's not. And it's not because my Blink camera is instantaneous, my Wise camera is instantaneous. This one, once there's a notification or once it takes the video, it just, the person is already gone. They're in their truck, they're away from our property, whatever, by the time it goes off. I'm crossing my fingers that over time, with the series of firmware and other fixes, that this will work. So, notifications are a big disappointment. Two, is I had hoped I would be able to use specifically the motion for people and pets, as you saw in the video. But unfortunately, for sensitivity, I have to keep it on the highest possible level. So last night, for instance, at about 10 o'clock, someone turned around in our driveway, and their light, just from the car light, gave us a notification. That's not really what we want. So that's a problem. Those two problems are big. The positives are the clarity of the picture now that we have a new doorbell is excellent, day and night both. So we're happy with that. The fact that there's not only that there's no subscription, but we're able to store data on the doorbell, great. If someone stole the doorbell, it's encrypted and they're not going to get what's on there. So overall, I'm satisfied with it. I don't know yet if it's better than the Ring doorbell I had. I believe it is. At least the quality so far of the picture and the video is much, much better. And the fact that when it takes a video, it takes several seconds prior to when it actually took the picture to begin. And so therefore we capture a really long spurt of activity. I like that. That is different than the Ring, which usually we got almost nothing unless the person stayed at the front door. So I think if you had a 5-star, this is about a 3.5, maybe 4-star product. But I think it really has potential. I'm excited about it, and I'm hoping that it would just get better and better thanks to the AI built into it. So after a long couple of weeks, that's where I am on the Eufy 2K wired doorbell.